What's good, fam? It is your boy, Josh Smooth Stewart of Do Not Disturb Podcast. We locked in today and we going hard. I got a special guest for y'all, man. A special guest to me, dear to my heart. This is my brother. You know, one of my best friends growing up. He made a big impact on my life in many aspects. You know, I can't even speak on it. I probably would sit here for 10, 15 minutes, probably longer than that. Probably all day. I could talk all day about this brother and how much of an impact this brother made in my life, and not only my life, but so many others in the community. Entrepreneur, businessman, you know what I mean? Family man, father of three. Great guy, man. Good, solid guy. I know today's conversation is going to be some great dialogue, so I hope y'all locked in and ready. Yes, I hope y'all ready. I got my brother, Brandon Triggs, with me today. Now, for y'all that know him, y'all know what's about to happen. For y'all that don't, you in for a surprise today, for real. What's good, my brother? What's happening with you today, man?
Good morning, my boy. How you doing, bro? How's it going?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. Glad to have you in here, man. We talked about it for a while. I'm ecstatic, bro. I'm excited about the dialogue we're about to create, man. How you feeling mentally today, brother?
Mentally, I'm good. I mean, you gotta be mentally resilient, being a black man in America, especially with all that's going on. So, we all know that okay is not okay, but I could be in a much worse situation mentally, but I'm resilient and I'm here.
That's right, man. That's right. How the wife and kids?
Wife and kids are expensive, very expensive, but they're doing good. I have a 13, 9, and 5-year-old. 5-year-old, he's my little knucklehead. So
yeah,
I'm definitely blessed
that's
and
you,
thankful for him. That is
they,
definitely me.
They grow fast, bro. Josh 14 now, and I mean, it's just 4 more years grown, man. He out of here.
Man, 4 more years. I'm looking at some of my homeboys. They're attending their high school graduations for their kids, and I'm feeling like, I got about 14 more years, which I'm thankful because, they're going off to college. And it's like, what are you doing in college? Nothing.
Right.
It's over, So I'm definitely enjoying the bitty basketball games, the cheerleading, the band concerts, and all that good stuff.
Oh, so they following in them footsteps, that band, huh?
Yeah, my daughter, she was at Woodlawn last year, so she's
nice.
first chair clarinet, excuse me.
Right. Oh, she definitely following in the footsteps. Yeah, I said in the intro, man, I was like, this guy, that I'm bringing on today really made a big impact in my life, and that was one of the things. I remember when me and Tyler first touched them horns, bro. You was there every day. You know what I'm saying? Like every day, you was pushing us through it, man, and you was a leader, bro. You always been a leader, and that's why it's an honor to have you on here today because people really need to hear what you got to say.
Well, man, I'll tell you what, it's an honor to be here, man. I appreciate those kind sentiments, but also, like Romeo told Master P, let me give you your roses, because what you're doing is not only leading, but you're creating a movement. You know what I'm saying? Just what the whole fitness journey, and now being more of the chairman for the voiceless. And so many times that term is overstated or overlooked. But a lot of people, when I saw you standing on Main Street in Patterson alone, I was like, whoa.
Right.
Like, whoa, because keep in mind, Patterson they never really had an issue with police brutality or anything like that. And that same Main Street that you stood on once housed a KKK rally in Patterson. Not sure how many individuals remember that. I remember that. So seeing you, it was impactful. And then, of course, what you did in Morgan City, they'll never forget that. They'll never forget that. So that's definitely a big shout out to you. So that also makes me feel very honored to be here with you this morning.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it for real, man. With everything that's going on in our country, dealing with systematic racism and police brutality, how you educating the kids about it, man? Like, I know they see things on TV and they hear things, those little eyes and little ears, man. They hear everything. They hear and see everything. What are you doing, you and your wife doing to educate the kids about it?
first, mainly is what you just said, educating, letting them know, listen, this is a real issue. You know, this isn't something that we're gonna sweep under the rug, which so many times growing up, a lot of things were swept under our rugs. You know, let's
Yep.
just be honest.
Let's be honest.
But just basically just tell them, listen, you guys are in a situation where you have to move differently.
Mm.
You know, not saying that you're less than, because I don't believe in telling my children you have to work twice as hard to get half as much.
Right.
Because if you have to work twice as hard, if he's a dime and you have to work twice as hard, that means you're a nickel, you're less than. And that's what
Mm.
children hear automatically, they're less than. So just letting them know that, hey, this is what's going on. This is specific to a specific group of people, but it exists. I can't protect you from everything. All I can do is equip you. Your mother and I can equip you with certain tools, you know, and also teaching you to love yourself. You know,
That's
a lot of
important.
times that's very important. That's very important. You know, they on the YouTubes and they on the tablets, and a lot of this stuff is European, Caucasian. You know, so I make sure, hey, let's go look at some of the African Americans. Let's look at people that look like you. You know, and when you looking at that mirror, you know, that's a beautiful image coming right back at you.
See,
You
bro,
know,
not to cut you off.
go ahead.
Last night, and that I'm gonna elaborate on what you're talking about right now. Last night I got here and me and Josh was talking about the rally. Now, of course, he didn't come. He'd rather stay home and play Fortnite. And I didn't fight that because he's a teenager. So I'm gonna let you do what you do to a certain extent.
Mhm.
But I said, okay, when I get back tonight, you know, after we shower up and we get ourselves together, we're gonna, you know, I'm gonna educate you on something. So we sat down and we talked about Seneca Village. Not a lot of people, not a lot of our people know about Seneca Village. That's deep, man. You know,
Very deep.
and he said that and he was like, Dad, I never knew that Central Park used to be a black community.
That's a whole community.
A whole community.
Whole community.
That was
Whole
wiped out.
community.
I think it was in 18, I don't know, 50 something,
It was
57
toward,
maybe?
it's like middle 18. Yeah, it was close.
Right,
Before
right.
the 1900s, definitely.
Yeah, no doubt. And we sitting there watching that and I could just see him just lighting up the whole time, you know. So just educating your kids any way you can and getting that knowledge in their heads and on their mind the best way you can. That's important, man. And you know, I tell him the same thing, you know, that you were stating about your kids, man. Like, you got to love yourself. You know, you got to get all the video games and the all of that entertainment like that, and just educate yourself and learn to love yourself. Because that's
like you said, entertainment. You know, that's the easiest part of life. Entertainment. We all want to be entertained, right? That's why we tune in every Sunday and watch football. We're going crazy now. We're no sports. Nothing seems like nothing on TV when sports goes up. You know, but like you said, entertainment is a very small piece. Education should always trump entertainment.
Yes.
And I think that's something that has led to, I wouldn't say the demise, but the compromise of Black folks now is education. We've been miseducated. And Dr. Carter G. Woodson states that it's worse to be miseducated than uneducated. You know, and so many of us, and it's been generations, but now that we have the technology and more so the information, you can Google anything on site. So my children don't have to go 5, 6 years. Your children have to go 5, 6 years wondering. You know, God forbid they have to go to the library and use that do-it decimal. They don't know nothing about that. You know, but they can actually just type it in now and fact check on site. You know, I mean, so using that tool, not just for entertainment purposes, but more for education. I think that's key right now for what we're doing.
Absolutely, man.
Definitely.
How are the kids responding to everything that's going on in the country right now?
My middle daughter, Maddie, she's a little bit more sensitive to what's going on. She's like my wildflower right there. She cries every day, bro. I swear, she cries every day, but I love her. And she has a lot of white friends. So the first thing she's thinking, oh, I can't engage with these individuals. I can't go to Girl Scouts. And I'm like, no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, let me tell you and let me and your mother educate you on who you are. That way, when you go to these troops, they don't tell you who you are. You know, I remember growing up with my mother being a school teacher. and I would have friends coming over. My mother would speak and still does, speaks very, very proper.
Yes.
Very proper. Okay, guys, come to a head. And I would get ridiculed. And I remember being laughed at. And, it's good fun, don't get me wrong. But he was basically setting a standard for me that I didn't know. And now when we hear incorrect or broken English, like, wait, hold on. You're not talking black. That's incorrect. Black isn't wrong. Don't do that. Don't intentionally mix up your grammar to fit in because you think that, black is right. We're accurate. We're very articulate. We're very poignant, very professional people, and so educating kids and letting them see that, it's fun for me because I'm also learning. Like you said, Seneca Village. I showed them about that. We actually went to New York and walked into the park. And so to see like, whoa, this was a massive park. Just imagine what kind of community it was with grocery stores and love and all that stuff. You hear about the Harlem Renaissance and you know Harlem, but do you know, like you said, Seneca Village?
I know,
definitely.
man.
But they're responding well.
That's good, man. All right, so George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Philando Castile, Alton Sterling. How does that make you feel, my brother, when you hear those names?
It puts me in a place of deep despair, And when I say despair, because why do we keep adding to that list? Why do those people look like us? Very, very funny. Very quickly, I'll tell you a story. I had an incident years ago out of college where my friend and I were in the park partaking in some smokable pleasures, if you will, and police rolled up on us. I never knew that it was against the law to be in a public park after dark. So immediately we were not, handled with the greatest of care. And this was probably 2001. And I was tased about 4 or 5 times, went to the ER, all kind of wild stuff. And I actually thank God now that was 2001 versus 2015, because, the taser was different. But so I have a kind of a personal connection with that. But to see that happening, we can talk about training, we can talk about education, of course, we can talk about policies. All that's out the window. Those are assassinations, bro. Those are assassinations. And, I've been doing a lot of reading as of late, more so now that I have more time. And I've been reading Dr. Claude Anderson. He's very, very big on economics, and he has a series and coined a term called powernomics. So between Dr. Claude Anderson and Dick Gregory, who's very radical but super, super informative.
Absolutely.
He's probably those 1-2 punches are definitely my go-to. And they talk about the condition of us, of Black people. And this is why this is happening. We like to speak on our melanin, our athletic superiority, our history of being the first people here. All that's out the window. These individuals and these things are happening to us because it can.
Right, man.
It's our condition. We have been systematically fixated at the bottom of the totem pole. Black people control 1/2 of 1%. 1/2 of 1% of all the country's wealth. 1/2 of 1%. What is that? Nothing.
Nothing, man. Nothing.
That's nothing. That is absolutely nothing. So, my heart goes out to the families. Like I said, I live in Baton Rouge, so I saw what the Alton Sterling thing did and what it has done. But to be honest with you, those cops never went to jail. Their lives went on. His family has been changed forever.
That's right, man. And being that you do reside in Baton Rouge, from the inside point of view, how did the city respond to the murder of Alton Sterling? And are the communities of Baton Rouge still pushing the agenda, of combating the police brutality?
Initially, it was protests. It was protests. They rioted. And in the wake of that, 2 officers ended up losing their lives.
That's right.
Because there was a retaliation shooting. So it spiraled out of control. But we have a Black mayor and a Black chief of police. And I think that was kind of not to knock Chief Paul or Mayor Broom, but I really feel like that was strategic, and we needed that because Baton Rouge is being the capital. It can get out of hand real quick. But to answer your question about are they still pushing the agenda? No.
No, it's dead, huh? It's just like dead. It's whatever.
And it's whatever, and that's they paint a mural of Alton Sterling on the store where he was assassinated, and that's it.
That's it. Just put a painting up and move on.
And move on. And furthermore, I was speaking to a group probably about a month ago, and I was talking about terminologies. And see, we like to say, he was killed, or no, say what it is, assassinated.
Yes, sir.
Those words ring true. Assassinated. Our leaders, our great people are not killed. Killed is, car accident. He was killed in a car accident. Those are accidents. Intentional murder, assassination. Absolutely. Assassination. So I'm very intentional in saying, Alton Sterling was assassinated. George Floyd was in between assassination and executed because this was for the world to see. And big shout out to Stephen Jackson, man. I mean, he's a remarkable brother, man. I'll be honest. He's definitely one of those people who have taken the torch on a national level. I know him and Mr. Floyd had personal ties, stuff like that. But I mean, he really shed light on what is going on and getting his celebrity friends and using his platform to hopefully change this thing. But I don't know, Smooth. I don't know I don't even know if it's going to change within the next, 40 to 50 years.
No, man. I don't think we're going to see it, bro. I don't think we'll see it in our lifetime. All we could do is just keep pushing and praying that the next generations after us could do something with it. You know what I mean? Right. How you feel about protesting, man? How do you think it's an effective course of action, or should we take another approach?
I think with the issue that we're dealing with, it's going to take a combination. So I think protesting is definitely needed if done correctly. You're protesting with a cell phone just beaming on you, and you're not protesting. You're advertising.
That's true.
Protesting. If you break down those words, that's before the test. Whatever you're going to endure. So before we endure, let's make sure we get our voices heard, because we're going to endure. So it's before. Okay. So the protesting, if it's done, first of all, it has to be organized. It has to be organized. In any organization, identify your leader. Who's going to be the leader? And when that person is the leader, who's going to be the head? You only need to hear one voice. Everybody else can serve as the temptations, but there can only be one David Ruffin. Okay? Or you only need to hear one voice. So definitely protesting is definitely because I really feel that people listen with their eyes. We need to see this. We need to see like what you guys did in front of Taco Bell. If you deter one customer, Taco Bell heard you.
That's right.
If one customer say, you know what, I'm not, regardless of what, I don't feel like being on camera, I don't feel like hearing any noise, whatever it is, you won.
We made them shut down their whole operation till 3 o'clock that evening.
Man, listen, that's beautiful.
We stayed out there until 6:30, and we seen about 3 or 4 people go through the drive-through. We seen certain, certain people look, they'll make the round, come see our sign, and just pull off and leave. So that was cool. I caught a lot of flack about it from a couple people around there, our people, and I still love y'all, know that, but. I caught some flack from some people, man, and it's all good. Everybody's not going to agree with what you do.
No, and that if everybody do agree, then you're not doing nothing.
That's right.
You're not doing nothing. You're if everybody agrees with what you're doing, you're definitely not doing anything. So let me ask you this: How did you feel when you got and received that flack from our people that look like you and I?
It hurt me for the moment. Initially, it hurt me, but I used to be that kind of guy that would really like try to call the person and go off on them, but that's not me no more, man. I'm more peaceful and positive now. I did put the message out. I didn't expose on Facebook. I didn't expose the person, but I put the message out because I felt like we needed to see the message. You know, it's like, how can we unify if we always boxing each other out? Or I don't like what you're doing, so I'm gonna make sure my people don't support you. Hey man, it's your opinion. If you don't like what I'm doing, leave that there. You know what I'm saying? And move on. But it's okay, man. It's nothing in this world gonna stop me but God, bro. That's it. The only thing can stop me is God. And I'm gonna keep on pushing, man.
And he sent you here, so he's not gonna stop you.
Nah, he got me here for a reason. And he got my feet, man. He guiding my steps.
He does. You know, that's
straight,
my
man.
favorite church hymn. Order my steps. I love that.
Order my steps. You're right.
Order my steps. Yeah. Shout out to Miss Will. Rest in peace, Miss Creasy. That was my wife. Miss Creasy put me on that a long time ago. Order my steps. Order my steps.
So let me ask you this, bro. What's your thoughts on defunding the police and putting money into our own communities, whereas we are able to police our own streets and neighborhoods?
I think, first of all, we shouldn't even have to defund the police to fund our communities. You know, that's almost saying like, let me let the water out of the bathtub so I can flush the toilet.
Right.
You know,
right.
You don't have to do both of those. You can actually do both of those simultaneously. Our communities need economics. We need funding, but we can't get it, and we will never get it until we get organized.
That's true. Hey, man, I seen a graph chart the other day yesterday actually, that my friend had, and I'm gonna put it right there so y'all can check it out. But I actually seen the graph chart, and the budget is outrageous. Man. The budget is outrageous, man. And they don't, and they're not paying the officers, you know, and where the money going?
The money going on research, it goes to tedious things. Like for instance, the riots, you know, the whole riots when we pick a city, any city, you know, just the riot gear, you know, when they have riot gear, that's different. That's totally different than what the normal everyday police officer wear. The vest they use, totally different. The rubber bullets, the machinery, the technology, all that stuff is totally different. That's where the money goes. You know, so who wins? Whoever owns the companies that make those. So they incite riots to make money. Yeah. You know, that's like I always say, what's his name, Mr. Raspy Ross. You know, he's always been pushing, you know, America is a corporation, America is a corporation, and he's 100% right. So when you look at the economy and the economics and stuff and how it's, like you just said, disproportionately, you know, issued, ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So yeah, defunding the police, that would help. Only if the money is going to the community.
Right, it has to go there.
Only, and we can't, you know, I saw what they were talking about reparations. I think Bob Johnson put out a beautiful, laid out a nice things, came to 14.2 trillion or something like that, where 42 million African descents would each get about $350,000. Okay, let's be honest. What's going to happen with that $350,000 check? Gonna go right back into the hands of the oppressor.
Yep.
Because one, we're not organized. We don't have anything. So it's not like you can go start a business, okay, cool. And many of us probably would go and start businesses and invest and all that good stuff. But it's gonna be so many Lambos and Ferraris and Rolexes and stuff like that because we are not organized and we don't control anything. So we're forced to spend with the individuals who can care less about us.
Yep.
You know, that's something that, which I'm all for the reparations. We deserve it. I mean, I even think 14.2 trillion is on a low end.
Yeah.
On a low end, because I mean, if you look at slavery and what it did, I mean, this country company was built on the backs of our ancestors, and it changed trajectories. Like you just said, we're talking about this. You know, we're about maybe 2.5, 3 generations removed from slavery.
Right.
You know, and yet we're in the same place. Our grandfathers witnessed police brutality. Our children are witnessing.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
We have to
Think about
evolve,
that.
bro. We got to
You have to
evolve.
evolve.
We got to evolve, man. Our ancestors, they fought too. And that's another. And you said Raspy Raw. Shout out to Raspy. You know that's my bro, man, and good dude, man.
Yeah.
I've been really close with Raspy for over a decade now. And I used to look at him when he started his whole journey and you know standing up for us and fighting for us, and it was all of us. I used to be like, man, nobody want to hear that. Nobody want to hear that. But you know, he took it a long way, and you know he brought a lot of stuff out. But yeah, man, he makes some really good points on that about, you know, we have to evolve from what our ancestors were trying to do to change what's going on. And if we keep following in their footsteps, history just going to keep repeating itself.
It's going to repeat itself, and it's not even really history no more. This is really current.
Yeah.
You know, let's be honest. I mean, what happened with Emmett Till? Then you flash forward, Rodney King. Then you just list up. I mean, it's from the last 5 years. You can, you know, I was looking at your backdrop, and I didn't realize those names, the relevance of the names on your backdrop. I mean, that list is growing, bro. And you know, like you said, we're talking about George Floyd, and you know, but there was a young man in Jefferson Parish who was killed. You know, just running from the police. You know, running from it. So it's to the point to where, like, you know, like you say, evolving, but until we get organized, then we can unite. You know, everybody, like you said, you caught a lot of flack for what you're doing. You know, you don't ever catch flack for smoking a box of Cools a day or a pack of Cools a day. We don't get flack for that. We don't get flack for stuff
or eating
like
a pack of pork knuckles, you know, like. You know what I'm saying? Like me.
Right. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm a saint. But when you know better, you do better.
You do better.
And now I'm known better, and I'm definitely making an intentional and a conscious effort to do better. And what I keep coming back to is organization, bro. Organization. I mean, if you go get an LLC, the first thing before you do that is you have to have articles of organization.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. These people want to know, okay, you want to have a company? Let me see your organizational chart. Who's this? Who's that? Who's this? Who's that? So for us to make any kind of strides to our goal, we have to get organized. We have to identify our leader.
That's right.
Then we have to say, okay, this is what you're good at, go do that. You know, everybody, we have way too many chiefs and not enough Indians. Yep. And we need to get organized. We need to say, okay, who has the ability to lead us in the right direction financially? Okay, where are our doctors and our lawyers and our nurses? That's our medical. Who are our fitness people and our health people that can guide us and let us know what it is we should be eating instead of waiting for, let me snap a picture of Smooth eating a hamburger. See, I told you he wasn't. I told you he wasn't real. I told you he wasn't real. I told you he wasn't. And that is something, you know, that is something that's within it, and we are destroying our own selves when we do that.
Yeah, we are, man. We are. We have to stop that. Like, it's too much up. I get on, even with things going on now, and I know everybody has their own thing, and I know we look for comic relief, but it's too much. It's too much of that. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just time to start taking things serious, man.
Yeah. Speaking of that comic relief, I was listening at Big Gregory about two weeks ago, and he mentioned with something that kind of blew over my head in the movie Barbershop. You know, he went in on Cedric the Entertainer, and he said that in the part, I think it was the original Barbershop, and Cedric said, you know, Martin wasn't nothing but a hoe and a womanizer, and Rosa Parks ain't do nothing. You know, she just got up because her fat ass was tired. And he was like, had he said that about Queen Elizabeth, he'll be dead. You know, had he said that about anybody else, and it really put things in perspective. And I don't know Cedric the Entertainer personally. I don't think he meant anything. Probably just reading the script. Right. But the fact that he was willing to degrade two of our statues, two of our prominent figures for what, a couple of laps? Certain things should be off limits.
That's true,
and
man.
I'm not going to dive deep into the black men, you know, and the feminization of that, wearing dresses and all that stuff. But it's to the point to where, like, man, you know, what you think about that wasn't even funny. You know, how you can't, and in that light, you should have the power to be like, you know what, I'm not reading that. Not that one. I can have a funny joke because that line did or did not make the movie. But since he brought it to my life, I look at Cedric in a totally different era, because how did you see that and think that that was okay? So, like you said, comic relief. Everything is funny until it's not funny. You see.
I'm sorry, but you gotta have, solid core values and morals, man, and you gotta stand on that, bro. Like you can't break that for nothing. I don't care if it's for $1 million, man. You can't do that, bro. There's some things you just, like you said, you just leave it alone.
You leave it alone. And what you just said is definitely important. Those core values, man. And most of us don't even know what that really means. And let's be honest, and that's okay. And that's okay. And I think what has happened to us, and I'm looking, thinking now, is that so many things we don't know, so we just don't know. We just leave it alone. Like, I don't even want to strive to learn these things I don't know. And therein lies the problem.
Yep.
Therein lies the problem. And, it goes back to education, man. So, like I said, I'm so glad that God has ordered your steps and definitely you're walking in your purpose, man. And because it's inspirational. I mean, you have no idea how many, you've changed my whole household eats different because of you. I get up every morning like this Thomas morning and go running for no reason. I'm not about to go play no more ball. I'm not about to march a step, none of that stuff. But it just feels so much different and so much better when I get, some of that carbon out. And also my mind, my mental is in so much more relaxed state after that than it was before, just getting up, frying a couple pieces of bacon and, going on about my day. So
man,
definitely big ups on you, man. So let me ask you real quickly.
Go ahead, bro.
What led to that transformation, though? Because what led to that?
Oh man, I was working in North Dakota. I was doing pipelines as an inspector in North Dakota. Picture that. I'm talking about the middle of nowhere, the land of nothing, And
That's Ted Turner's. He has all that land out there.
Yeah. So I was we had just landed and they picked me up. So we went to a buffet or something like, because I really used to like Chinese buffets. So we went to a buffet and I just stuffed myself. And man, when I got home, when I got back to the hotel, I just looked myself in the mirror before I took a shower and I was like, man, it's 31 years of killing yourself like this. Why are you doing this to yourself? So I started questioning myself. Man, I must have stood in that mirror, for about 30 minutes questioning myself, like, what you gonna do to make this better?
Yeah.
So when I woke up the next day, man, I said, it was on a Friday. So I said, I'm gonna mess up this whole weekend. I'm gonna just eat what I want to eat and do what I want to do. And I went and I got all my little workout clothes and pre-workouts and stuff like that to get myself going. And that Monday came, never looked back. Never looked back, bro. Kept it moving, So it was a blessing to me, it was definitely a blessing to get into that mindset, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And just just keep pushing, bro.
And that's wow.
Yep.
30-minute mirror test is a mug, man.
And that was this month makes 5 years, so that was 5 years ago.
Wow.
Yep. Wow. 5 years ago, I changed my life forever, man.
Man, I salute you. That is one of the greatest examples of discipline that I've ever seen. And, from a business standpoint, I always stress, to my teammates and my coworkers that we have to be disciplined.
Yes.
We have to be disciplined. And to be disciplined is the foundation of success. I mean, I don't care who you are. I mean, you look at the greats who are successful in any industry. It was discipline, going to the basketball court by yourself, going to the football field by yourself, going to the studio by yourself, going whatever, even to whatever your arena is, so to speak, to have the discipline to not do it when the lights come on, and do it when everybody's watching, but by yourself.
Yeah, bro, that's the difference between average and great, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That is the difference, bro. So before we wrap up today, B, let me ask you this, man. One last question, brother. All lives matter, okay? Let me say it again. All lives matter, all right? What's your take on that? Do you see it as other races maybe being combative against Black Lives Matter campaign, or how you feel about that when you see anybody say all lives matter?
First of all, you already know that's what it is. It's definitely a slide is to take away from the significance of Black Lives Matter. You know, because if all lives matter, let's be honest, then there would not be a need to push Black Lives Matter.
You feel, you know, when you see the Black Lives Matter signs and stuff like that?
I feel ashamed that we even have to say that. That shouldn't even be an issue.
That's right, real.
I mean, let's just be honest. Like you said, if all grapes were good, then why are we saying don't eat seedless? You know, why are we saying like stuff like that? But yeah, it's definitely a campaign, and it's definitely a strong push to negate and to diminish the importance of Black lives and what Black Lives Matter is. And Black Lives Matter is not to say, listen, white people, y'all don't matter. Mexicans, you guys don't matter. We are just have united and got organized, and we're pushing a specific agenda.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna say it like this: you can't make
agenda.
a fist like this.
No, you can't. You
can't punch nobody. You can, it'll hurt. You know what I'm saying? But you can't make a fist like this. You know, everything gotta be there. And when we all like that, we one body.
All that.
We one body. You know.
One body.
So let's find a way to get that like that. That's what I think when I hear it. It's like,
yeah,
all lives do matter, but Black Lives Matter as well, and that's a part of that you know what I mean? That equation.
It is.
So
it is. And like you said, to have to push the All Lives Matter movement, that's like I said, we know why now. You know, why now? Why did it take the Black Lives Matter movement to come to basically spawn, you know, an All Lives Matter movement? If your intention is not to slight the BLM movement.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I remember I said this, and I know you gotta wrap up. When the OJ trial happened, right? We watched that in school. And I'll never forget, and thinking about you guys from Franklin, when he was found not guilty, the white people in Patterson High formed an alliance called the White Tigers.
Yep.
Okay? Which of course, I don't know who remembers that. Some of your people. I'm not gonna point out anybody who was involved in the White Tigers, but it was the White Tigers, and of course, next we have the Black Panthers. So that same week, Franklin High was coming to our school to do a play called Young, Gifted, and Black. They refused to go into the gymnasium and watch that play. Now, one person was suspended, detention, reprimanded. For those who did not, then it became a voluntary, you know. So, saying all that to say that once we become united, there's always going to be an attempt to poke holes in it, to diminish it, and to tear it down. So yes, you know, to answer your question, how I feel about the All Lives Matter thing, it's a farce. It's a direct attempt to diminish the Black Lives Matter campaign movement. Point blank simple. Because if all lives matter, then there would not be a need to push a specific group of people. And we both know all lives do not matter. All lives do not matter, man. And that's been evidenced by the list that you just ran down. The Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Alton Sterling, Philando Castile, Eric Garner. I mean, come on, man. Why should we know these people like that? And why is that list growing? If all lives matter was definitely, intended to do what they said they're intended to do. You both know they're not.
That's right, man. That's real, bro. Man, I appreciate your time today, brother. I really enjoyed this conversation, man. This is gonna be one hell of an episode.
I definitely enjoyed the conversation, man. And like I said, I can't thank you enough for the inspiration that you've definitely put on my family and I personally, but just the community that we grew up and love so very much, and just around the world, man. I mean, your story is definitely one that needs to be told, throughout, and not just in the light of, hey, listen, you want to, improve your the way you look, because I see a different Smooth. I see a different thinker. I see a leader. You know, I see a leader, and I see a leader of like football, a leader of men and women. You know, it's kind of hard to get 35, 40, or 55 people, 50 people to get behind you, you know,
Right.
when you're significantly younger than them. But they see, like you said, your steps have been ordered and you're walking with a purpose. And above all, you're disciplined. So,
Right.
man, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep motivating and keep challenging us, man, all of us, you know, and definitely what you're doing with the podcast is another platform to get the message out. And because we need to educate us. We need to educate us.
We do, man, and I'm gonna keep bringing strong, successful brothers like yourself on here, man. That's gonna help me push this agenda because this not for me. You know,
Right.
just briefly, you know, when I did the thing, Taco Bell's, somebody came on there and said that it was a self-serving thing, you know. Or when I went and I did the one-man protest, they said it was self-serving. And she was like, well, I tried to get in contact with you and you didn't respond. I was gonna come from Lafayette to see you. I mean, to support you and stand by you. And it's like, I'm not on live protesting. I'm not looking at my phone protesting, bro. I was on airplane mode.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to be bothered.
Right.
You know, if anybody was coming, hey, I gave y'all where I was.
Come. I was just about to say, I mean, I don't think that, you know, in this day and age, nobody needed directions to Patterson.
Right.
Nobody needed directions to Taco Bell. You know, just pull up. Just come, you know, and see, and I mean, that's kind of goes back to what we're saying. We have to get out of that mood. We have to get out there every time we see somebody doing something. Even if it is self-serving, guess what? It was effective for everybody else. You know, because most of that police brutality stuff, that stuff is self-serving, but it affects us all.
That's right.
You know, that cop, he didn't say, you know what, let me go out and make this world safer or whatever, or no, that was for his own personal, whatever he felt. You know, I feel like killing a black guy. That's what I'm gonna do. That's self-serving. But from that, spawn this. You know, so even if it is self-serving, we have to get out of that self-serving thinking.
Yeah.
Be like, he just wants to be seen. How dare him want to be seen without me?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh man, I didn't even think about it like that. Hey, but you know what, man? Shout out to that sister. I hope you watching. I still love you. And you could come to my inbox. You could call my phone, whatever. We could talk about it. But it wasn't self-serving, sister. You know, this is for us, man. I'm doing this for us. This is not for me. This for everybody in the world, man. I'm doing this for all us, bro.
Right. Well, keep doing it, man. Like I said, it's going to take organization. So whenever we can get a sit down and whatever it is, whatever my job description will be in this movement, let me know, and I will definitely execute it to the fullest. Like I said, we need to definitely identify who's going to do what by when. And let anybody in business know that is definitely important. Who's going to do what by when. So once we start assigning job descriptions, we identify leaders, you guys over this, you guys over this, you guys over this, then we'll come together like that fish you said.
Absolutely, brother, man. I appreciate your time, man. And
I appreciate you, man.
We will be getting up soon, man. We definitely got to put some stuff together and organize some things, man. And yeah, I like that shirt you got on too, bro.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Very good shirt, man. I'm about to go shopping in your bio today, man. So be on the lookout.
Already, man. I appreciate you, bro. I love you, man. And have a good day,
too,
man. Send my love to the fam too.
Man, send my love to the fam right back, brother.
Yes, sir.